The 2023 Toronto Blue Jays in a nutshell. They give you hope. They make you feel like, hey, maybe something's turning a corner. And then they yank it away just as fast. They drop game 2, 6-3 to the Texas Rangers. Before I get into the game itself, I'm hoping Max Scherzer's okay. As a baseball fan, in general, you never want to see a guy go down, especially a guy of his caliber going into the Hall of Fame, no doubt. So hopefully he's okay. Hopefully there's nothing too serious, but doesn't look good. We'll see, though. Getting to this ball game, and it's been the story of the year. The inconsistent offense. Now, we could sit here and say, sure, the Jays pitching staff wasn't great either. Allowed 6 runs against today. Allowed 16 runs in the first 2 games. They've also only scored 7 runs in 2 games. And today they didn't score till they were down 5-0. Max Scherzer shut them down. Hyunjin Ryu was great through 3. Then, unfortunately, allowed a 2-run shot to Robbie Grossman. And at the time, how good Max Scherzer was pitching, I thought, man, is this dude going to throw a complete game against us? Because he was absolutely carving them up. And then at the top of the 6th inning, which this is where I start to question some things. We talked yesterday about John Schneider and the coaching staff. Really talked about Luis Rivera yesterday as well. But today I'm going to talk about John Schneider again. Because why? I don't understand it. Shout out JD Bunkus. I was listening to the radio and I heard him be talking about the John Schneider stuff. He was okay with leaving Chris Bassett out there when he was royally struggling yesterday. And they continued to pile on. Sure, Ryu's pitch count was low. And yes, he only allowed a 2-run shot to Robbie Grossman. But you are now going 3rd time through the lineup. Whereas we talked a few days ago against the Kansas City Royals when Yusei Kikuchi had under 90 pitches thrown through 5 innings of like 1 or 2 hit ball, had 8 strikeouts. He was flat out dominating. You always hear in baseball, well, was it a pressure-packed certain amount of pitches? And the answer was no to Kikuchi, but they were totally fine yanking him. Today, Ryu, again, not terrible, but allowed a 2-run shot. You're coming 3rd time through the lineup. You usually don't want that to happen again. Well, they allow him to go back out there for the 6th. And they add another run. Jonah Heim hits a sacrifice fly, scoring a 3rd run. And you're like, okay, well, not sure what's going on here. And then the wheels fell off. The bullpen just, look, as much as I was on here yesterday talking about how good the bullpen's been all year, they haven't been good in August and September to this point. I hate no one likes to hear it, but they haven't been great. Remember we talked about Jimmy Garcia and how great he's been recently? You know, how he was on that run of really good stuff? Jimmy Garcia has allowed runs in 1, 2, 3, 4 of his last 5 games. Not good. Trevor Richards, who we also saw today. He has allowed runs in, give me a second, if this internet will help me out. Yep. Okay, where are we here? So, yeah, including the Texas game. 1, 2, 3, 4 consecutive outings. Those are 2 important arms that have allowed runs in 4 of the last 5 and 4 straight outings. That's not good at all. Great to see Eric Swanson back today, the only guy who threw a clean inning of work. Meza went a 1/3 of an inning, allowed a hit, and then struck out a guy, but that was just to get out of Jimmy Garcia's mess. And the other thing I say with John Schneider is this. Why in the hell was Tyler Heineman starting today? And I know we're going to hear, well, you know, Kirk can't play this many games in a row. It's flippin' September, man. You're in a race here. Seeing Tyler Heineman attempt to face Max Scherzer, you're asking for a death sentence in your 9-hole. What are we doing here? I don't understand it. They're trying to stretch Ryu into 6 innings when you won't let Kikuchi go through 5 against one of the worst teams in all of baseball. I don't get it. And the Heineman starting over Kirk, it's not a day, there's no day game after a night game. I don't understand it. I really don't. Now let's get to the other part of this. Because, I mean, look, sure, I could continue to break down the game. Top of the 7th inning, Josh Smith hits an RBI double, scoring Leody Taveras. Then Corey Seager hits an RBI doubling, scoring Josh Smith. Bottom 7, Kevin Biggio hits an RBI single, scoring Spencer Horowitz. Ernie Clement gets an RBI grounder. Interesting how two of the... And David Schneider hit the home run. You see what this is, guys? Before, was it... I don't know, when did David Schneider come up? Was it the beginning of August? I'm going to go August 1st. From August 1st... Kevin Biggio, Ernie Clement, and David Schneider were not regulars. Hell, 2 of those guys weren't even on the team. They were down in Buffalo, or Ernie Clement was barely hanging on. And Spencer Horowitz scored the run. Dude had never sniffed the MLB. He had a couple at-bats earlier in the year. Those are the guys doing damage. Where are your big guys? Because if I look at the other side, and I look at a guy like Marcus Semien, who actually 0 for 5 today, but what did Marcus Semien do yesterday? 1 for 4, but he scored a run. Did something. What about their other best player, Corey Seager? Well, Corey Seager went 3 for 4 today with 2 doubles, two runs scored, and RBI. Yesterday, 2 for 5 with a run scored, a double, and an RBI. What about the Blue Jays? Best players. And I'm not going to say George Springer because he was good yesterday. I think he had 2 hits yesterday and he had a hit today. Where are your best players in Bo Bichette? And people are going to say, well, Bo just came back from injury. Bo Bichette is an incredible player. But in the biggest series of the year, the one that means the most, because right now we're sitting right near Seattle, and with Seattle probably going to beat the hell out of the Angels today, the Blue Jays would be back out of a playoff spot. Meanwhile, a few days ago, we were talking how we were a game and a half in a playoff spot, in the second wildcard spot. This is how quickly things can flip. Bo Bichette and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. do not have hits in this series. They're a combined 0 for 16. Vladdy has 4 strikeouts. Bo doesn't have any. Neither guy has a hit. You're not going to win a game in the series if that continues. You need a game where one of those guys takes over. Because Corey Seager, their best player, arguably Marcus Semien, but you know what I mean. Corey Seager, their best player, is being their best player. That's why they've won a couple games in a row here. That's why they've now overtaken the Blue Jays. And that is now why you have 0 chance of winning the tie break. You have now lost it. Great. If you win the next 2, fantastic. You're back to a game and a half up. The problem is they have the tie break, so if you end up being tied, they go ahead of you. And that's only if you win the next 2. Which is the way they're playing right now. Do you expect it to happen? I don't think so. Meanwhile, look down the lineup. The Jays had 7 hits. Kevin Biggio went 2 for 4, the run scored in the ball game. David Schneider, 2 for 4, the run scored. He did another home run of Aroldis Chapman. Whit Merrifield came on to pinch hit. He didn't get a hit, I don't believe. No, he got out. He struck out. What about the other regulars? Dalton Varsho, 0 for 1 with a walk. He had to get pulled. Kevin Kiermaier, love the guy, 0 for 2. Didn't get on base at all. Kirk got out once. All your regulars didn't do squat. But all the Bisons, well, we look at Ernie Clement, didn't have a hit, but had an RBI. Biggio had 2 hits. Schneider had 2 hits. Spencer Horowitz had a hit. Espinal had a double. Where are your main guys? Nowhere to be found. And if this team is going to win tomorrow, because you have Yusei Kikuchi versus Jordan Montgomery, a couple lefties going at it tomorrow on the mound. Wake up, win a damn ball game. I think all of our focus, and I'm going to call them out live. I've not done this once this year, but if there's any time to do it, it's right now. Bo Bichette, Vladimir Guerrero, I could call Vladdy out, but let's be honest, we've done it all year long, and he gave a couple games, you're like, oh, is he back? And then craps himself. Bo Bichette, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Win a damn ball game for your guys tomorrow. I'm going to leave it at that, because I'm done, man. They gave me hope, they gave me hype after KC. The fact that the momentum, the mindset changed, the at-bats were better, and you're like, okay, maybe, and they fall flat in their face in a big game in the last couple days. You know what, guys? That's going to do it for this one. You enjoyed the video and not the game today if you're a Jays fan. If you're a Rangers fan and love the game, because you obviously did, smack the like button. I do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button. You guys not already. Comment down below thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. Would you like, would you not like from today's game? For the Toronto Blue Jays, Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is down below. So follow up there if you've not done so already. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow no matter what. Game 3 of the 4-game set. Jordan Montgomery, Yusei Kikuchi is the pitching matchup there. 7:07 at Rogers Center. For all the fans going down there, good luck, cheer loud, but at this point, your best players got to do something. They got to wake up. Vladdy, Bo, we're calling you out live. Talk to you guys tomorrow.